A few things. Number one, he's the first president to show that you can come from any sort of background. You can come from the creeks of the Niger Delta, from the arid deserts of the Northwest, or anywhere in between, and aspire to the highest office in the land. Also, he has strengthened institutions, whether the judiciary, whether the healthcare delivery system, whether national institutions such as the NYSC, whether even the healthcare sector. He's strengthened all of them. He's not the kind of guy who does nothing and says he's done everything, but he does pretty much everything and says nothing. And because he's been strengthening everything, the process is becoming solidified. And I think when there is a solid process, anyone can plug into that process and go along for the ride, for lack of a better term. And he's been doing that. You know, once upon a time, obviously I'm from the North. I've lived in the South. I understand Nigeria's dynamic. Once upon a time, you pick up your phone, say, Sanu, speak Hausa, you have a contract for XYZ amount of dollars. In today's Nigeria, you don't need that. Whether it's something like the UN program, whether it's Shore P, whether it's any of the other numerous programs, it's not who you know, but what you can accomplish. Extremely important, because for the first time in Nigeria's history, we actually know that the government isn't some secret institution. Now, it's unfortunate that the people or the governments that have not signed the Information Act are the states governed by the opposition, which claims to be about change, which claims to be about power to the people, and not power to the people like PDP, but power to their imaginary people, which is their lords in Bordelon and wherever else. But, you know, they haven't done that. They run the most secretive kind of government possible. So the FOI is extremely, extremely important, because I believe people have the right to know. There are lots of countries on this continent where you can't even do 1/10 of what people do when it comes to GEJ. For example, in Uganda, you can't wake up in the morning and say Yoweri Museveni is ugly. Something as simple as that. You do that, you're going to jail. You can't wake up in Eritrea and say whomever their leader is, whatever. You can't do those things. The freedom of information we take for granted over here is a privilege that people in other nations don't have. Unfortunately, we've taken, I mean, it's a right to us. It's a privilege to them. It's a right to us, but we've taken it to the extreme. And we think, plus the other challenge is, one thing that has happened here is people have discovered that the quickest way to make money is to shout, GEJ is bad, GEJ is horrible, and then the opposition gives them money, and then unfortunately it seems some people in GEJ's administration also give them money to quieten them down. I think they have to decide who provides factual information and who passes off opinions. And if you really look closely, you'll discover that most of those who are opposed to the administration, they are very short on facts. Lots of opinion, lots of vicissitudes, but in terms of actual facts, no. And a great example is polio. This administration has eradicated polio for the first time in Nigeria's history, has eradicated guinea worm for the first time in Nigeria's history, and of course, we are 100% Ebola free. The Goodluck Jonathan administration enabled all those things to happen. I'm never going to claim that Goodluck went into the Northwest and personally fought every polio case or went to riverine areas and eradicated every guinea worm personally, but he enabled a situation where those things could happen. But on social media, if you read what's going on, Goodluck Jonathan has failed woefully even in the healthcare delivery system. When you are running a nation, whether it's the United States, whether it's Nigeria, whether it's Outer Mongolia, there will be a learning curve. And this president has had to go through his learning curve. Thankfully, his learning curve hasn't been that steep, and thankfully he's made great strides. But there's still a learning curve, and that's perfectly fine. All right, I think the difference is clear. We have two choices. Choice one is to be frog jumped back to 1984 by Muhammadu Buhari and the APC, or option two is to go forward together into the future with Goodluck Jonathan. I don't think any Nigerian, not even those who were with Buhari in 1984, want to go back to that horrible year.